Toyota just sold 10,000 electric SUVs in 60 minutes, and it broke its own website doing it. No stage, no countdown, no big reveal video. Just a price posted online. $15,000. That single number is why Tesla and BYD should be worried, and it is why this is officially Toyota's cheapest EV yet. The car is called the BZ3X, and it is sold in China through the GAC Toyota joint venture. When it launched in March 2025, the starting price was 129,800 yuan, close to $15,000. Within 1 hour of that price going live, GAC Toyota's own servers crashed under the order volume. More than 10,000 buyers had already locked in their purchase before the site even stabilized. People had been waiting for this. Blind pre-orders opened back in December 2024, starting under $14,000, before Toyota had even confirmed a single spec. Buyers lined up anyway, with no idea what they were actually buying. Toyota was not done. A full year later, in March 2026, the company cut the price again, down to 99,800 yuan, roughly $14,500. That is not a small tweak. That is a major car company deliberately undercutting its own launch price just to keep the pressure on every competitor watching. And here is the part most people miss. Toyota pulled this off by not reinventing the wheel. The BZ3X borrows its chassis, motors, and drivetrain from the GAC Aeon. A car GAC already builds at huge volume. But the BZ3X is not the whole story. This is where it gets bigger. Toyota has been running this exact playbook 3 separate times in 12 months. First came the BZ3 sedan, co-developed with FAW and BYD, running on BYD's Blade lithium iron phosphate batteries. Its price was cut to 93,800 yuan, about $13,500, with a range of 616 kilometers, which is roughly 382 miles. Then came the BZ5, a fastback coupe SUV that launched in June 2025 at 129,800 yuan, close to $18,000. It also runs on BYD's Blade battery technology, along with a motor built by BYD's own Fode Power subsidiary, putting out 268 horsepower. Compare that to the Tesla Model Y in China, which starts at 263,500 yuan. The BZ5 costs less than half that price, and it still charges from 30 to 80% in about 27 minutes, with up to 630 kilometers of range on its top trim. 3 different Toyota EVs, 3 different price points, all under $22,000, all launched inside 1 single year. That is not an accident. So why is Toyota not going all in on EVs everywhere right now? If it clearly has the ability to build them this cheap, because hybrids still make up about 42% of Toyota's global sales, while pure EVs sit under 2%. In huge parts of the world, from rural India to Southeast Asia to parts of Africa and South America, reliable charging simply is not there yet. A hybrid does not need a plug at all. And every hybrid Toyota sells today keeps factories running and keeps profits flowing, quietly funding the billions being poured into that future solid-state battery, without needing outside investors the way younger EV companies do. That is the real story behind the $15,000 SUV that crashed a website in under an hour. It is not a discount. It is not a stunt. It is the opening move of a much bigger plan. And both Tesla and BYD now have to figure out how to respond to a rival they spent years underestimating. Toyota just posted a profit jump of 76% in a single quarter while selling fewer cars and cutting its own electric vehicle target. That is not a typo. The company made $103 million a day every single day for 3 straight months, while building 20,000 fewer vehicles than the year before. This is the announcement that just blew up the entire car market. And by the end of this, you will understand exactly why it happened. Back in November 2021, at the Glasgow Climate Summit, almost every big car company in the world lined up to sign one pledge. Stop selling gas and diesel cars completely by 2040, and even sooner, by 2035, in the biggest markets. Ford signed it, General Motors signed it, Mercedes signed it, Volvo signed it, whole countries signed it, Toyota did not sign. And because Toyota was the biggest car maker on the planet, it took the biggest hit for saying no. Headlines called it a climate villain. For 4 years, Toyota was treated like the company that missed the memo. But here is what nobody saw coming. While everyone else was racing to build batteries, Toyota was quietly building 3 completely different bets at the same time, and paying for all of them with money made from selling hybrids. In June 2026, at the Fuji 24-hour race in Japan, Toyota entered a Corolla with an engine that burns liquid hydrogen instead of gasoline. Not a battery, not a fuel cell, a real engine, roaring for 24 hours straight in front of 64,900 fans. It completed 483 laps, the most it has ever done, and it did it using the first superconducting liquid hydrogen pump ever built into a race car. The second bet is already making money. Toyota's hydrogen fuel cell trucks refuel in 15 to 20 minutes and can travel up to 500 miles on a full tank. In May 2026, Toyota announced a deal to put 40 of these hydrogen trucks to work hauling freight across Southern California. No battery on Earth that size can move an 80,000-pound truck and recharge that fast. This is the part where you need to remember something. Toyota was never against electric power. It was against betting the whole planet on one single type of battery, on one single deadline, when most of the world does not even have a reliable power grid. Hold on to that thought, because the third bet is the one that could change everything, and it is still not finished. Toyota has been working on solid-state batteries since 2012. Its partner, Idemitsu, broke ground on a huge factory to build the material these batteries need, with completion targeted for the end of 2027. Toyota is aiming for its first solid-state electric cars around 2027 or 2028, with a target range of about 745 miles on one charge, and a charge time of just 10 minutes to go from empty to almost full. If that number holds up, it does not just compete with a gas tank. It beats it. But here is the catch nobody likes to mention. Toyota already walked this number back once. It originally talked about over 900 miles of range, before settling on the 745-mile target we hear about today. Big promises in this industry have a habit of shrinking once reality shows up. While all of that was happening quietly, Toyota was also making a move almost nobody connected to the bigger picture. It committed $14.6 billion to build a fully owned Lexus electric vehicle plant in Shanghai, with production planned for 2027. This is not a partnership where Toyota just slaps its badge on someone else's car. This is Toyota teaming up directly with BYD through a joint venture to build batteries and electric platforms made specifically for Chinese customers at Chinese prices. One of its cars, the BZ5, launched using BYD's own battery technology and starts at just 129,800 yuan. Think about that for a second. The company that built its whole reputation on hybrids just built an electric car in China using its biggest rival's battery. That is not Toyota falling behind. That is Toyota deciding the fastest way to catch up is to build from the inside instead of fighting from the outside. Now back to that profit number, because this is where it all connects. Toyota raised its full-year profit forecast by more than 10% to 3.44 trillion yen and approved a 1 trillion yen stock buyback, all while U.S. tariffs cost the company 1.38 trillion yen, about $8.8 billion in a single year. For the first time in its history, Toyota now expects to sell more than 5 million hybrids in 1 year. That works out to roughly one hybrid rolling off a factory line somewhere on Earth every 6 seconds, day and night, all year long. That hybrid money is exactly what has been quietly funding the hydrogen engine, the fuel cell trucks, the solid-state battery plant, and the Shanghai factory this entire time. And here is the twist that made this announcement so big. In December 2025, the European Union proposed dropping its strict 2035 ban on gas cars, replacing it with a 90% emissions cut instead of a full ban. Plug-in hybrids and some gas cars would now be allowed to stay on sale past 2035. Ford, General Motors, Volkswagen, and Volvo have all quietly softened or delayed the exact same electric targets they once promised with full confidence.